You're listening to Good Morning Gwinnett, a division of Noise Media Network, hosted by Audrey Bell Kearney, sharing stories about people and places around beautiful Gwinnett County and beyond. Monday through Thursday at 10 a.m. Southern living at its best.
Good morning, all my Gwinnetians out there in Gwinnett land, all of you around the world. Listen to the sound of my voice. It is a beautiful day here in Gwinnett County. It is 70 degrees, I think it's 79, going up to a high of 80, 90. So it's going to be pretty warm today. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. You know, I had a challenge yesterday, but I'm back better than I was yesterday, and I'll be better again tomorrow. So thank God. So glad to be here with you this morning. It's a beautiful day. Like I said, I was just going through the news and I realized it's football season. It's all these different seasons. I'm going to talk about that on the other side of the show. But a lot of it's just different, y'all. The pandemic has really changed some things, and it's just amazing to see like how people make the adjustments. But it's also amazing to see, you know, how things are just shaping up, like, and it's a new way of doing a lot of things. So I'm going to talk about one of the things and some other stuff that I've noticed. And I'm like, wow, that's pretty, I guess you got to do what you got to do. All right, so listen, today is Tuesday, August the 18th, and it is National Fajita Day. I know yesterday was no food. I had no food for you guys. It was like National Camp Your Feet Day. But today is National Fajita Day. So I am happy to tell you that. We call it Taco Tuesday in my house. My daughter makes these really amazing Asian taco something or another. She likes to cook. Like, she didn't get that from me. She must have got that from my father because she didn't get that from me. But she make these Asian tacos something or another. But they are so good. It's like, it's some kind of... Now, I normally don't eat the taco shell. I normally eat like the coleslaw on top of the meat. And I want to say it's like turkey or something. It's delicious. But it's like Asian inspired. And it has like this coleslaw has like a pink sauce on it. It's really good. And I kind of think that's what she's going to make today. I hope so. All right, so let's go ahead and get on with our horoscopes, brought to you by Noted Astrologer Micah Thison for today, Tuesday, August the 18th. And we're going to kick it off like we always do, and that is with Aries. Look into ways to better yourself through improving your dietary habits and daily routines. Don't let an incident at work play on your mind. Uncertainties regarding your home and family are evident. Yeah. Watch out. Listen, I got to tell y'all this real quick. So I told you my husband bought me the 3-wheel bike, right? I got to check the brakes. I got to check the brakes and make sure, because the first time I tried to ride it and my brakes wasn't stopping right. And I was like, oh crap. And I'm going to go down a hill. I'm not going to be able to stop. So that's not going to work. So it was my intention to test the brakes yesterday, but I was so busy and I forgot. And so yesterday evening, you know, we have been on this, we're on this health kick. We got to get in healthy, because one of the ways they say for you to fight the COVID virus is to be healthy. And so I've been trying to eat healthy for a while now, and I've been doing pretty decent. I can't even lie. I've been doing really good, but exercise has been a challenge. Like, I had the gym membership that I really didn't go to anyway. I'm not going to even lie to y'all. Not going to even front. I had the gym membership to crush. I would go like once a month. Pretty sad. But then COVID hit, so that gave me a reason to cancel the membership altogether. But I realized I still need to exercise. Now, I do walk. Not as much as I would like, because I'm always busy. See, when you sit down at a computer all day, it's kind of rough to kind of get up and walk around. So I put little things in place to help me do that. So one of the things was to put like alarms on my phone, and it'll go off at certain times and say get up and dance, because I like to dance. I told you I like to dance, so I'll do that. Anyway, my husband and I, he put a basketball goal in the backyard, and so yesterday, the first time we went out there to shoot, I swear I couldn't get the ball up to nowhere near the goal. I was like, my arms are so weak. I mean, like really weak. But yesterday I really good. I must have sank about 10 baskets, and I was like, yeah, I felt good. But let me tell you something. I was hot as fire when I got finished. I was hot and sweaty. I was like, oh yeah, I got to go in right now and take a shower. A mosquito bit me. I hate mosquitoes. Next time I go out, them be full of lemon and lavender so they don't bite me. They always bite me, and it hurts so bad when they bite me. But anyway, Aries, do some dietary stuff and to improve your daily routines so you can get in shape. I just shared that because I want to empower Aries and inspire Aries. Like, you know, I don't know how to play basketball, but I sank about 10 goals yesterday. 10 baskets. I was excited. my uncle was looking. He said, he was looking over the banister. He said, well, did you sink it? Did you put it in the basket yet? Because I haven't heard anything. By that time, I had put in about 5. It was hilarious. I was like, yeah, man, I done put in like 5 baskets. Now, that was some good exercise for me. My heart rate was doing this thing. Because here's the thing, I had to run down the ball. Like, my ball missed. It bounced out. I had to run catch the ball. So, yeah, I got some exercising. Now, that was fun. And I'll do it again today. So, this morning when I got dressed strictly so I can play basketball this evening when my husband get home from work. That's our thing. We bought the baby a basketball goal. So she went to the store yesterday before we got started. But today, only thing is the mosquitoes. I need to put some lavender on her. So today we're going to take her little basketball goal downstairs when we go outside so she can play basketball too. She likes basketball though. That's the crazy thing. Like, she loves it. She gets excited about basketball. We was like, what? Because your mama is her mother is a girly girl. Like a basketball, she may break a nail. You kidding? Like, yeah, but the baby's not like that. The baby loves, she's going to be an athlete because she is fast as lightning. We call her Sonic because she's so fast. She's like fast, like, yeah. I can't hardly catch her. That's a shame, isn't it? A little 1.5-year-old baby outrun me. Pitiful. All right, let's keep it moving. Taurus, changes regarding your image will bring you greater confidence. You can visit clients and make a big impression just by giving them some hands-on help. You can make favorable changes in your environment. Yes, in your home environment. Yeah. Yep. You can visit clients and make a big impression just by giving them hands-on help. Sometimes that's what you got to do. I'm pretty hands-on with a lot of my clients. It was so funny because I spoke at PodFest in March and I spoke at the editors conference. And so PodFest has like these micro cons inside of the huge conference. And I spoke at the editors conference inside of PodFest in March. And it was so funny because the room was predominantly men. I think it was maybe 2 or 3 women in the room. And so they asked me to come speak because they wanted to know how was I able to get people to send me on trips. Because I've been to St. Lucia. I've been to speak. I've been to the Bahamas on a cruise to speak. And I didn't have to pay for the trips. And so they want to know how the heck did I do that. So when I got ready to do my talk, it was like, well, I'm really hands-on. I show a lot of empathy to my clients, and I kind of hold their hands and walk them through the process. So at the end of my segment, one of the guys came up. He's like, Audrey, I want to thank you. It was really inspiring. He said, but you're absolutely right. I do not have time to hold hands and walk people through anything. And it was so funny. And I said to them, if you don't have time, you might want to hire somebody on your team. Because here's the thing. That's good customer service. But a lot of guys are not built that way. So having empathy and holding hands is not their thing. That's a woman's thing. For real it is. I know it is. Because we're nurturers by nature. Right? There's a group in Jersey. And those of you who know rap, Naughty by Nature. We're nurturers by nature, women. So Naughty by Nature was a rap group in Jersey, out of Jersey. And I thought about that when I was saying nurturers by nature, because we are nurturers by nature. That's what women are. Gemini, you have greater involvement in groups. However, they may not be to your advantage. Arguments could prevail if you're in the mood to go out and socialize or get involved in sports activities. Listen, play some basketball today, Gemini. Yeah. Yep. Avoid the arguments. Go out, socialize, do some sporting events. Listen, the next thing I'm going to do, y'all, is golf. I need to start taking pictures of this so y'all can see me. I was sweating like crazy yesterday. It was hot and sticky. But I was telling my daughter yesterday, I was like, I've never tried to play golf before. So we're supposed to take a trip to Top Golf. If I do, I'll share. I got a lot of stuff to put on the website. I'm so behind on the website. I'm so behind on the website. And I got this big project coming up, and I'll tell y'all about it like later. Not yet, but later. It's really big. It's bigger than probably anything I've done this year. It's really big, but I'm excited. But anyway, yeah. Cancer, listen to a good friend who is truly looking out for your best interest. Be innovative. Get back down to earth and to the basics. Yeah. Listen to somebody who has your best interest at heart. Listen, Cancer. Don't listen to everybody. Listen to the person that you know is not going to steer you wrong, who really does have your best interest at heart. Don't listen to just anybody. Leo, try not to discuss important matters with colleagues. You will have to be careful not to let others find out about your intentions. You can make career changes that may put you in a much higher earning bracket. Listen here. Keep your business from colleagues today, Leo. It's not their business. If it's important matters, Don't discuss them. Keep them to yourself. I know you might need somebody to talk to. It's not the people at work. I'm just saying. All right. Virgo, hassles with your boss are sure to erupt if you speak your mind. Try not to overreact to the loss. Get involved in worthwhile endeavors and meet new friends. All right, Virgo. Listen, be careful now. I know we want to have freedom of speech and speak your mind, but that's your boss. You got a boss. You got a boss, and if you say something that pissed the boss off, that could mean your job is in jeopardy. And now is not a good time to be losing jobs because there is a shortage. Just in case you didn't know. So just be careful about speaking your mind. It may not be to your advantage. All right. I'm going to a song. I'll be right back after the song and give you more of the horoscopes brought to you by Noted Astrologer Micah Thias. And you're listening to the Good Morning Gwinnett Show. Stay tuned. Welcome back. It's your girl, Audrey Bell Kearney, giving you the daily horoscopes brought to you by Noted Astrologer Micah Thias. And we're going to pick it up with Libra. You can elaborate on your creative ideas and get involved in groups that relate to the arts. If you put your mind to it, you could entertain or host a multitude of social events. Your lover may feel rejected. All right, listen, you can put your mind to it and start hosting all these things, but your lover is already feeling some kind of way, Libra. So just be mindful of that. Yes, just be mindful. Don't let that person feel rejected. Jody will get your girl and be gone. Sure enough. Scorpio, you should check out prestigious clubs or groups that have a cause you believe in. I got lost right there for a second. Get help to finish a project if need. Do not let your reactions of others get you going. Yeah, don't let nobody tick you off today. Don't let the reactions of others get you going. Don't let them get your goat, as they say. All right, Scorpio, control yourself. Don't let them control you. You control yourself. Sagittarius, be cautious and use your head wisely in situations that deal with the use of machinery or vehicles. Responsibilities with respect to older relatives may be a burden. Secret affairs will only lead to deception. Listen here, Sagittarius. Y'all know what I say about secrets. If it's a secret, you shouldn't be doing it. And anyway, if it's a secret, it's only gonna lead to deception. And you could be the one being deceived. Probably are. So if it's a secret, yeah, don't do it. Because you don't know what that person is holding. If you got to keep it a secret, there's a problem right out the gate. Right out the gate. I was looking at this show. I forgot what it was called. It was one of the reality shows. And I was just kind of flipping through the channels trying to find something to look at that night because I couldn't sleep and I didn't feel like reading. And I forgot what it was. I can't remember what it was. But it was this guy on there. He was, I think it was called... Now, what was it called? Married to a Millionaire. It was called... What was it called? It was something about millionaires. And I think that's why I stopped because it had the word millionaire in it. And the lady had been dating a guy for 2 years. And she had never met his family. And he paid... Now, he was rich. She was, she was just a regular everyday person. And so he paid all her bills. She lived in California. He lived in Maryland, I think it was. And he was paying all her bills, and he wanted her to move back to Maryland because that's where she was originally from, I think. And he wanted her to move back, and she was like, why would I give up my life when I haven't even met your family? Like, and they were older. They weren't like no young bucks. They were like older. Like she had never met his family. Like she was a secret. And so what he said was on the show was he hasn't introduced her to his family yet because I feel like this is a lie though. You're a grown 50-some-year-old man. You worry about what your family gonna think, like for real? But I felt like that was a lie. And I haven't watched the show since then because it wasn't that interesting to me. I wanted to know about how they got to the $1 million point. But anyway, he said he didn't introduce her to the family because she was a little rough around the edges. Now, she wasn't rough. She just wasn't like a church mouse, even though she was a Christian because she said it on the show, I'm a Christian. She didn't act like, like reserved. Like she's very talkative and she seemed like she was really like a lot of fun, even though she was a Christian, because she's like, I'm a Christian. And she seemed like she was a lot of fun. He said, she was very, I guess, too edgy for his family. And I guess his family was well-to-do. And I'm thinking, really? Like, that's your reason for not bringing her? You're grown. He's like 53 years old. Like, that's your reason for not introducing her to your family? I felt like that was a lie. But I have not watched the show since to find out the truth. And so she was pissed off about that. I would have been, too. Anyway, she was his secret. He took care of his secret. Yes. Capricorn, look into family outings or projects. You may not be that popular at home, but you should be able to shine at social gatherings. Don't allow colleagues to put unreasonable pressure on you. Yeah. Don't let your colleagues put unreasonable pressure on you. Say no. Like, they're your colleagues, not your boss. Right. Don't fall for the okie doke. Aquarius, you will profit from home improvement projects and real estate deals. Okay. You may enjoy doing something musical for entertainment. Call someone you haven't seen in a long time. Pick up the phone and call them, y'all. I call people I used to wouldn't do this, but now when the urge hit me to call, I have to pick up the phone and call just to say hi. Because life is short. I don't mean to be so grim, but it's the truth. And you never know if that's the last time you're going to talk to that person. So pick up the phone today, Aquarius, and call someone just to say hi. Yep, they probably going to think, what's she calling for now? I just call to say hello, and it's all right. All right, my fellow fish Pisces, this is a wonderful day to look into courses or hobbies that interest you. It's hard to stay mad if the object of your anger refuses to react. Get ready to do some fancy footwork when it comes to taking care of your financial situation. Look, some fish, I don't know what that last part means, fancy footwork, but I hope that means I got to figure out how to manage all these multi-million dollars I'm about to get. That's what I'm hoping. I'll do a whole lot of fancy footwork if that's the case. If I'm about to, listen, if someone is about to bless me with a few million, I would dance up and down my block. Sure will. You will see me. I'll be on the news. They probably do a video about me. I'll probably be on TikTok. They be like, what's wrong with that lady right there? With my bad knee and all. I go out there and do wheelies on my 3-wheel tricycle. Sure enough. Yeah. All right. So listen, that's all the horoscopes I got for today. Y'all can tell I'm in rare form this morning, right? That's because my system is working pretty good. I ain't gonna say it too loud because technology is fickle. Yesterday I was kind of like, because everything was just fell apart at the last minute. And I'm like, oh my God. But there's always a backup. You must have a backup. All right, all my people out there in horoscope land, that's all I got for you today. I'll be back again tomorrow at 10 a.m. to bring you more of the horoscopes brought to you by Know the Astrologer. Now let's get on to some news you can use. So here's some national news, and I know some of you are going to be broken and hurt. 300 Pizza Huts are closing after the franchise goes bankrupt. Oh my God. I know there are people who love Pizza Hut. But I asked myself, right? This is what I asked myself. Like with all the money that was floating around the last few months, not now because there's no money floating around from the government. The CARES Act don't care right this moment. The CARES Act don't care right now. But anyway, after all the money that was floating around, I'm saying to myself, they didn't get any of that money, none. Because here's the thing, they got a ton of employees, so they didn't get any of the CARES Act, the PPP, the EIDL, the CBT. It was money floating. But yeah, so apparently, up to 300 Pizza Hut restaurants are slated to permanently close following bankruptcy. One of the chain's largest franchises. That is crazy. Let me tell you, there's a Pizza Hut about 2 miles from me. Pizza Hut was still there, but the Subway that was next door is closed. I'm like, Subway that closed? Now, I seen Subways other places, but that one was closed. So apparently it couldn't stay open. Not only are small businesses struggling, and I'm sure a lot of what happened here was partly due to the pandemic and everything that's been fixed. Because people have just been kind of shut in. Like we're better than we were back in March and April and probably May. We're a little bit better, but it's still not the same. Like I can go outside and don't see any cars hardly. And that's just the weirdest thing for me because it's almost 1 million people in Gwinnett County. And I'm used to seeing cars. But I was out there, I want to say it might have been Saturday. It was so dry. I'm like, wow, this is crazy. It's like a ghost town. It was like Saturday evening, I think it was. It's just crazy, like when you go outside and you see stuff like that. So there were not only small businesses who were affected by the pandemic, as we can see, large major chains like Pizza Hut were also affected. And I mean, it's crazy. So Pizza Hut if 300 Pizza Huts are closing, that means there are going to be a lot of people, again, on unemployment, which is sad because we don't know when the pandemic money is going to kick back in. I haven't heard anything. My mother normally tells me like, hey, this is what they said, and I'll tell you guys on the show. But I haven't heard anything about stimulus money or the CARES Act. I haven't heard anything, and I'm sure because I haven't been tuned into the news as much. But that means that a lot of people are going to lose their jobs, and that's a sad, sad thing, like for real. And I'm sorry that that's going to happen, but it's where we are right now. All right, so if y'all don't know by now, I'm a little bit of a tech geek. I love technology. I love all the great things that we can do with it. But anyway, a new public-private partnership will lead efforts to make Georgia the technology capital of the East Coast. What? I'm loving it. Yes, Lieutenant Governor Jeff Duncan announced this yesterday. The partnership is a partnership for inclusive innovation stems from the work of a task force of political, business, and academic leaders Duncan formed last January. I should have known about that. I should have been on that task force. The Georgia Innovation Task Force released its recommendation last month. While Atlanta already has a critical infrastructure in place to become a leader in technology, the new partnership will look to establish tech startups and generate venture capital investments across the states. Duncan told members of the Rotary Club of Atlanta Monday during a virtual luncheon. Here's the thing. I want us to be like that in Gwinnett. Like, I want to be a tech hub out here in Gwinnett. And I know over in Norcross at Curiosity Labs, I know they're doing a lot of great things over there. So that's one spot. But we have this other side of Gwinnett over here, the south side of Gwinnett. And I feel like it needs to be some innovation on that side too. So don't be shocked now if you see some innovation stuff popping up on the east side, not the south side, on the east side of Gwinnett. Don't be surprised because I got things in the works and we're working on, because here's the thing, whether you know it or not, technology is not going anywhere. Everything we do is technology based almost, right? Look at all the virtual conferences they've had so far. I did a talk for PodFest on Alexa Alexa is really smart, right? And it's only getting smarter because smart people are programming Alexa. And so I talked about that. But when I was doing my research about, because I'm all into Alexa right now because all of the great things you do, there are so many health companies out there who have found uses for Alexa and smart technology like that in the health industry, pharmaceutical industry. I'm telling you, it's not going anywhere. And we need to make sure that our citizens here in Gwinnett County understands this. And even for those who are interested, get involved and learn how to program these things. I did at PodFest, right? I had a 30-minute window to share my presentation. I did it though. I did it in 32 minutes. And guess what I did? I showed podcasters how to hook their podcast up to Alexa in about 15 minutes, because 10 of those minutes I talked. 10 or 15 of those minutes, I talked about the industry, where we're going, why is it important, how to get involved. And then I showed them really quickly how to add their podcast to Alexa. Now, here's the thing. There's a lot of things you can do with Alexa. A lot of them. I'm going to be speaking at the Brand Tech for Atlanta Black Chamber in October, talking about Alexa and how to move that in your business. So a lot of people in Atlanta Black Chamber, they're not podcasters, but they are business owners. And so they need to understand how to leverage this technology to grow your business. That's what I do. And that's what I will continue to. Like, I have so many projects. I really, really need to hire an assistant because I just have a lot going on. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hire an assistant. But technology is not going anywhere. Here's the thing. Curiosity Lab is over in Norcross. That's cool. They're doing some major things over there. Sprint is behind them. It used to be Prototype Lab over there, and they changed it to Curiosity Lab, which I think is amazing. I went over there. It's a humongous facility with a lot of things going on, including a podcast studio, which is the reason I went to visit. But on the east side, there's nothing on the east side. And I'm kind of sitting in the middle of the east side, and because where I live in Gwinnett County, I'm about 2 miles from the east side. So there's things on the east side that could be done, and we're going to work hard to do some things on the east side. So on the east side of Gwinnett, which is a lot of times, a lot of people feel neglected. My friend Derek J. Wilson, he was running for the commissioner for District 3, which is the east side, on the east side. And he was telling me all the things that are wrong on that side. Now, the east side goes all the way through like Snellville, Centerville. I'm kind of like in the middle where I am in Lawrenceville. But he didn't win it. He didn't win the nomination. Jasper Watkins won the nomination. And my goal is to work with whoever is in these seats to do the things we need to get done here in Gwinnett County. There's a lot of development going on here. Houses, townhouses, apartment buildings. There's a lot going on. But we also need to be able to bring jobs, right? We're bringing in residents, but we need to be able to bring jobs so that some of these residents who have children who are coming out of high school and college have jobs so they can stay in the community and help build the community up. The way to do that is to embrace not only businesses that are already here, but also create new businesses. So that's important. Because when you create new businesses, you could possibly create new jobs. And so I feel like a lot of those jobs need to be in the tech space because that's where we're going. Like if you think about your refrigerator talking to you, and I did this in my presentation, I was like, just imagine, right? You go home, you got soccer kids, your kids play soccer, they play sports, and you go home, you're tired. Now you got to figure out what to cook. You open up the refrigerator and you don't see anything that appeases you, that even appeal to you, right? And you close the refrigerator and you say, Alexa, order me some pizza. Unfortunately, it probably won't be from Pizza Hut. But you say, Alexa, order me some pizza. And Alexa said, what do you want on the pizza? I want pepperoni and extra cheese. And the next thing you know, 20 minutes later, the pizza's at your front door because Alexa ordered it for you and you went and put the kids in the bed. Think about that. That's where we're going. That's why we need to have... I'm glad that Lieutenant Governor Jeff Duncan has put this into place. I'm glad. I think it's amazing. But it needs to be across the state of Georgia. I know Atlanta. I love Atlanta. It can't be the only hub. Norcross is on the other side of Gwinnett County, on the north side, on the south side. It can't be the only hub in Gwinnett County that is embracing technology and building businesses around that. So I will do my part on the east side to do just that. Stay tuned. I'll be right back after the sun to give you more of the rundown of what's going on in and around Gwinnett County.
I could be lying and tell you you're fine. I could be lying the rest of the night, but I won't do it, no, believe who he's calling that to. You don't deserve what he's putting you through. It's not your fault, though, no way I'm saying so. Promise you'll end it the second you can. Promise I'll be here to hold you, my friend. It's not your fault, though, no way I'm saying so. He's been seeing someone else. He's been paying for hotels. Oh, it breaks my heart to have to tell you this. And baby, I know it hurts. I know it hurts. The faster you realize, the quicker you learn. So don't be afraid to cry every tear you got inside. And baby, I know it hurts.
Welcome back. So listen, guys, the NFL Atlanta Falcons and the Atlanta United Major League Soccer team announced on Monday that both teams are going to play their scheduled September games at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, but they won't have an audience. There will be no fans in attendance. They're going to play, and so that's what the NBA started out doing. The NBA got their players playing inside a bubble. I don't know if you watched any of the games recently, but I watched one game. It looks weird because it looks like a video game. When the camera angles a certain way, I'm like, man, it looked like the video games. And then when the camera goes or zoom in right up on them, then they look like regular players. But from a distance, when the camera's kind of zoomed out, it looks crazy. It looks like a video game on TV. It's the weirdest thing, but they got to do what they got to do, right? It couldn't have been no games at all. Because, people were like, I'm not going out there and play. At the very beginning of the pandemic, there were a couple players who tested positive at the very beginning. And so that put a halt on the NBA and everything else. But the Falcons said, we're going to play. So is the Atlanta United. They're going to play as well. But they just won't have fans in attendance. They're taking this thing serious, right? And here's the thing. I understood how they did it with the bubble. I think I kind of understand. I understand how they're doing it with the NFL, too. The players at the NBA, they live in a bubble. Like they say, it's a real live bubble. I'm like, really? Like a bubble? They live in a bubble. And this way, if everybody in there is clear and they don't have the virus, then they could play with each other and nobody has the virus, right? You know what I'm saying? So it's safer that way. I get it. Maybe I hope that's not the future, because I would love to go. I went to a Hawks game last year. I was so excited, and my husband and I were just about to get ready to buy a membership. Right before when I came back from Florida from speaking at Podfest, the goal was to buy a membership. I had talked to the guy over at the NBA at the Hawks team about the club membership, and he had walked me through the process. And the goal was to buy a membership so we can go to the games and hang out. And that hit. They had to pump the brakes on that because that was like not going to happen. So I was like, oh crap! I'm lucky we didn't get it, because we would have had a membership and we couldn't even go to the games. But that's God. God did that. He stepped in there. But anyway, so they're going to be playing, but they're not going to be playing with fans. So there's been some weird things. Like you see the fans here, technology again. Technology, check this out. So if you look at any of the NBA games, you see pictures of fans, but I think that they are like little holograms or something, because you can see the person like moving and jumping around. And I'm like, wow. Now, for me, in my mind, the way my mind thinking, I'm thinking, well, heck, I mean, if you could have a hologram of people sitting in it, and they're not real, but they look real, they sound real, they can cheer when you make a shot, like for real, make a shot. That's some technology for you, baby. Remember, holograms work. You seen will.i.am did a hologram one year when President Obama was running for president. will.i.am did a hologram performance. I thought that was crazy, and they did a whole concert with Michael Jackson with a hologram and Whitney Houston, so it could work. It's going to take a lot of technology, but it could work. Not that I would want to do that. I really would like to be at the game for real. Because I had so much fun when I went. I went to a WNBA game a couple years ago. I had so much fun. Let me tell y'all a dream of mine. This is one of my dreams. And I'm putting it out to the universe because this is truly one of the dreams. And I've been wanting to do this for a long time. So back when I was in Jersey, I was the marketing assistant for a WABA basketball team, the Jersey Express. I was the marketing director for them, and I fell in love with that. I love, we're a sports family anyway. Like, we watch basketball, we watch football, we like sports, right? But I always wanted to be involved some kind of way. So I used to bowl in the league. That gave me a little bit of a kind of sporting kind of thing to be competitive. But I like sports, but I want to be like an owner. I'm just going to put it out there. I want to be like an owner. And I want to have ownership, Sarah Blakely and Kelly Loeffler, and the Atlanta Dream. I think Sarah owned the Atlanta Hawks, though, right? Okay, Sarah, I'll come to the Hawks too. But Kelly Loeffler owns she's a co-owner in the Atlanta Dream. I want to have ownership in a sports franchise. I went so far as to even go the semi-pro route, and I was going to have a team here in Gwinnett County. A lot of people don't know this. It was called the Gwinnett Sparks, and I had talked to the not the WNBA, the WABA. And I had talked to them about, what it would take to have a team here in Gwinnett County. Only problem I saw was I didn't see a lot of teams to play. And I'm like, okay, that's not going to be fun. But anyway, that's one of my dreams. I'm throwing it out to the universe. I would like to have ownership in a sporting franchise. Semi-pro or pro, a good franchise. I love that stuff. Like, listen, I supposed to have been in the arts and entertainment industry. I was born for that. I couldn't figure out how to get in there back then because I couldn't rap. I couldn't dance, not like that. I could dance in the club. But all that choreography, I couldn't do none of that stuff. And I didn't know about business when I was younger. I didn't know about business. But anyway, so listen to this, y'all. Back to sports real quick. So there was a young rookie out in Seattle, right? Not following the rules, breaking the rules right out the gate. He's a freaking rookie. Breaking the rules right out the gate. Allegedly, he took a woman back to his room when he tried to sneak her in his hotel room. And guess what happened? He got cut. Just at the beginning of his career, not following the rules. See, and this is the kind of stuff that ticks me off. Why would you do that? First of all, you know the problem, right? That there's a virus out there that could threaten your career, right? And then you're going to sneak somebody in or try to sneak somebody in. Guess what? You won't be playing with Seattle this year. You and Russell would not be chopping it up in the locker room. Nah, it ain't going to happen because that was stupid. I'm sure his parents and his friends are like, man, you dumb. Because that was dumb. With a capital D and a capital B on the end. Just dumb. Because this is the problem. Some people just don't take this thing serious. They think it's a game. They think it can't happen to me. Why would you try to sneak somebody in that could possibly infect you and then you go out there on the field and infect everybody else? Why? Why do that? Well, you won't have to have all the girls you want now because you're going to be home watching TV. You're going to be one of the sideline fans watching TV. When you could have been on the field with the big boys. I thought that was the dumbest thing I'd ever heard. I've heard a lot of dumb things in my life. Let's get on with some good news. So there's a young lady who's a bus driver. Her name is Michelle Bourdonnais. Her doorbell rang and she wasn't expecting what she got. And what she got was a $500 check. Yes. Can you imagine somebody knocking on your door and dropping 5 smacks on you? I can. Hello, ring my doorbell. Give me a check. You know, it's so funny. My mother been doing publisher clearinghouse for years. I'm talking about years. And one day I'm expecting them to knock on our door for her because she has been doing it for years. And so one day we're going to get the knock on the door. It's going to be for my mom. It's going to be publisher clearinghouse. I don't know what they're going to give her, win for life or whatever that stuff is because I don't really follow it. But anyway, Michelle wasn't expecting what she got. And she got a big old check from the Rotary Club of Gwinnett. Yep. She was honored. Yeah. And that's so cool. She was honored. And so what happens is, she received the check because she was honored because she's a bus driver. So the award is handed out by the club annually to bus driver who goes above and beyond to help students and broader their community. And that's what she did. And for her dedication and work and love of this community and the children that she served, she was awarded by the Rotary Club of Gwinnett as a hidden hero. That is so nice. I got to give them a round of applause because I think that is so freaking cool. Round of applause for Gwinnett Rotary Club, Rotary Club of Gwinnett. And you can see that, like, if you go to Gwinnett Daily Post, you'll see her face because she definitely was not expecting. Like, she has that, her mouth is open. She's been handed a check, a big old check, and she's been handed a plaque. And I think that's so amazing because that's not what she was expecting. Because I'm sure what she does from the kindness of her heart and out of love. And so, but it's always nice to be recognized. It's always nice to know that you've been appreciated. It just is. And that's the thing about when you do that stuff. And I'm sure that made not only her day, that probably made the rest of her week. And especially if she was struggling because, right now, money is not easy to come by for a lot of people. It just isn't. You know what I'm saying? So money's not easy to come by, but it's always nice to know that people appreciate you. I told y'all yesterday about I got a message. I got a message that said I can't start my day without listening to Good Morning Gwinnett, and that message is about what came from Georgina Fields over at Sephora Press, right? And when I saw that, it was like, yeah, this is why I do what I do. So thank you, Georgina, for I hope I'm not. Listen, if I'm messing up your name, Georgiana Fields at Sephora Press. I might be saying that wrong too. But anyway, hopefully I'm not. But I got the message and it was a great thing just to know that you appreciate it. So tell somebody you appreciate it today because I'm sure Michelle was like, holy crap. It's not the bug, man. It's a big old check though. It's something big. It's not a big old bug, but it's a big check. Anytime you get a big check, it's a good day in my opinion. I don't know about you. Somebody need to ring my bell one. See how happy I'll be. Like, yes. I'm telling y'all, I'll be riding up and down the street, popping woolies on my tricycle. I know y'all want to see that, right? Yeah, it ain't gonna happen. I'll be all over TikTok and Instagram, the news and everywhere else. Like, look at this woman popping a wheelie on her 3-wheeler. And it's a tricycle. I got one of them big bikes out there. It's green. I'm trying to figure. I think I'm gonna call it Jade. Yeah, I thought about calling it Emerald. And my husband's like, Emerald? I said, yeah, Emerald is green. Maybe I'll call it Jade. I don't know. I have to figure it out. All right, so listen. So Gwinnett County residents are about to start seeing school buses driving through their neighborhoods again. Yep. So, virtual classes started on the 12th. But regular classes, in-person classes are scheduled to start on the 26th. Now, there's a lot of teachers who are just not happy with that decision. But there are a lot of parents who say they need their kids to go back in the classroom because some of them need special hands-on training. Some just don't have any way to send the kids because they got to go to work to put food on the table. It's a lot, y'all. It's just a lot. And I feel so bad for a lot of them because they don't have a choice, right? But to pray. Send their kids to school and pray. That's the choice they have. Some parents have special needs kids who they probably don't know how to do a lot with. Last week, they were having problems trying to get into the system. I know there was a parent that I heard about. She has a special needs child and, they need someone to come into their home and take care of the kid, but money is tight. So they can't afford to really do that. I'm talking about, it's just stuff. It's just a lot going on. And, I don't know what else we can do about it. But anyway, the buses are going to start running soon. So make sure that you follow all the rules for your children. They have, they want you to follow the rules as given by the U.S. Center for Disease Control and Prevention and the Gwinnett, Newton, Rockdale, and Health Departments. You want you to follow those same rules because they're going to be following them. They're going to disinfect the buses. Buses are going to be cleaned and disinfected after morning routes and again after afternoon routes as well. So that's one of the things they're going to do. They want you to do the same thing. Here's the thing though, y'all. This is my fear. My fear is that the little kids who have to get on the bus at 5 years old and wear those masks all day long in school, I don't think they're going to do it. I just don't think so. And the teacher's going to be spending more time, in my opinion, telling them to sit down in their seat and put their mask on. They do that anyway. It's going to be worse. Now, I hate the mask. Right? I go out, put that mask on. It makes me sweat. If I have my glasses on, it fogs up my glasses. I hate the mask, but I wear the mask. And it's so crazy because the baby see us with the mask on. She won't take her mask off. She has a bunch of little tiny little masks, and we know not to put them on her for too long because that's what they said. The babies don't need to have that mask on too long. So we try not to take her places that she has to wear her mask for long periods of time. but she won't take it off. So hopefully these little people that are going back to school won't take theirs off either. But that's my fear. My fear is that they're going to take those masks off. And yeah, I hope not. I just really do. I really hope they won't. All right, so Lil Burn revises personnel policies related to anti-discrimination laws. Yep. So they have said, you know what, we have to do something about this. So the Lil Burn City Council recently voted unanimously to approve revisions to the city's personnel policy and procedures. The revisions reflect the United States Supreme Court ruling that LGBTQ workers are protected by federal employment anti-discrimination laws. So here's what the revised policy states. The revised policy states that there will be no discrimination on the basis of sex, race, color, genetic information, religion, national origin, disability, age, political affiliation, sexual orientation, or gender identity. So Lil Burn has revised that policy, and that's what the new policy says. Kudos to you guys for doing that, because people are people. That's what I say. So I'm going to give them a round of applause for doing that. All right, so following a 22-year impressive career with the city of Norcross City manager Rudolph Smith is saying, hasta la vista, baby. He's out of there. He's going to retire on September the 2nd. He's been involved in the municipal county government for over 40 years. Yeah, that's a long time. Yes. Smith first served as the that's a long time to be in a position. He first served as the Norcross General Government Administrative Director, then the Norcross Tax and Business License Manager. He has also been awarded numerous of certifications and awards, including Finance Officer of the Year by the Georgia Municipal Clerk Finance Officers Association and a 30-year service award from the International City County Management Association. In 2009, he was selected as one of the 2,000 men of influence by Atlanta Business League. So he has put in his time to the community of Norcross and some other communities across the state. And now he is saying it's time for me to take a minute for myself. So congratulations on your retirement, Mr. Smith, and enjoy the rest of your life. Do something fun. I know it'll be nice to be able to go and travel again. I don't know if you're traveling or not, but if you are, enjoy yourself. Wear your mask, but enjoy yourself. All right, listen, I'm going to a song. I'll be right back after the song to give you more of the rundown brought to you by Good Morning Gwinnett.
It was so easy when we met. Future ahead of us, making memories. Our only hope is to forget. another melody.
Welcome back, y'all. Listen, so you know they were building the parking deck downtown Lawrenceville. Apparently, they're ahead of schedule to get that done, and that's pretty cool because now, hopefully, we'll be able to do some things Thanksgiving. Small Business Saturday is coming up. That's the Saturday right after Thanksgiving. It's also time for the Christmas tree caroling and all that good stuff and the lighting. And, you know, hopefully we can be able to do some of that stuff. I don't know. We still got a few months out. Hopefully we will. And hopefully the parking deck is going to be open to the general public this fall. That's what they're expecting because they're so ahead of time. You know, the parking deck where it's built at, on top of that, it's going to be a Hilton hotel, a Tapestry hotel, which is pretty cool. It's like a little boutique hotel, which is pretty cool. It's going to be the only hotel downtown Lawrenceville, which is also pretty cool. It's kind of strange that we don't have one. So we're doing some major things here. And I think what I'm really most excited about, which I'm looking forward to this, is the Lawrenceville Art Center that's coming. Yeah, that thing is gonna be lovely. I can't wait to see what it looks like inside. I went to Buford one day to theirs, and I was like, oh my God, this is beautiful. I think Dean Graciosi I thought he was gonna be there. He wasn't there though, but they had an event there, and I think it's the Buford Cultural Center, but it's beautiful. It is gorgeous. And so I think our art center is going to be pretty nice. And so I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be coming too. So hopefully this spring, we'll see all of the new construction finally coming to a halt and everything is going to be built and up and running. It's also going to be a good place to have events, conferences and things like that. So I'm excited about that. I may have the first Pod Chicks conference at the new Hilton. You never know. That would be amazing. Amazing. Maybe I need to put that out to the universe. The first Gwinnett Pod Chicks podcast conference is going to be held at the Hilton downtown Atlanta. I got a lot of stuff floating in the universe today, don't I, y'all? Yeah, that's because I got big plans. That sports franchise that I'm going to have ownership in, and this Podfest Summit that I'm going to have for women in podcasting. Yes, I'm speaking into the universe. Hear me, universe, hear me. All right. Listen, you got to speak what you want. You can't just sit back on it. All right, so Lawrenceville is to put the spotlight on artists and performers. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I love. This is what I love about Gwinnett County. I've said this so many times, and people around the world probably get tired of hearing me saying it. But listen, I invite you to come visit us here in Gwinnett County. Metro Atlanta, period. You're going to be amazed. When I first moved here, and y'all have heard me say this before, I moved to North Carolina once, and we were literally in the country. Like, it was a horse behind the house walking. We had some peach trees, a plum tree, and an apple tree on the land. It was a big Victorian house, which I absolutely loved. I mean, huge, with big white posts and a long porch. I loved it. But it was like two stoplights in the town. It was a very small town of 1,200 people. We made 1,203, literally, for real. So that's how tiny it was. And my friends, two of our friends came down. They were married. They came down, and they thought we had lost our minds. Because we grew up in the city. We grew up in Newark, East Orange. It's a lot of people all the time. And so to come down here, and we're in the country, and you don't see no people. So they said we went for a walk so we could see people. Right? We went for a walk so we could see people. So when I moved to Gwinnett County, everybody thought it was the same situation. They thought we were in the country again. And so they came to visit, like, yeah, we're in the burbs, baby. We ain't in the country no more. We're in the burbs, which is kind of nice because it was funny to see how people reacted because they knew, like, my goddaughter came down when I was in North Carolina, and we had, like, all this red dirt in front of the house. So she fell. She had on a sweatsuit. She had red dirt all over. Her mom says, yeah, I couldn't get the red dirt out of her sweatsuit. It was hilarious. But we're not in the country anymore. And so that's what I love about Gwinnett County because there's so much going on. And I really miss, like, I'm sure I'm not the only one who missed all the great things that normally go in the county during the summertime. But it's coming back. And that being said, Lawrenceville is seeking artists and performers to provide live entertainment in downtown Lawrenceville. Spotlight in the DTL. Yeah, I like that, baby. The DTL. The ATL, the DTL. Downtown Lawrenceville. That's what DTL stands for, y'all. Spotlight in DTL is accepting applications from painters, musicians, songwriters, sculptors, magicians, and more. Hey, y'all didn't say podcasters. I'm just going to go down there and podcast anyway. How about that? Performers from all background, skill levels, and abilities are invited to apply. I'm going to go down there and podcast. They didn't say that, but I think I will. Submitting an application does not guarantee your performance date for those non-paid performance opportunities. Artists are required to provide all equipment needed. No amplified sound is permitted. So you can't be, no amplified sound. It won't be permitted. The city will only be providing space for performances, including locations like the Bicentennial Plaza, downtown Fountain, etc. A performance video is required as a part of the application process. So for more information about how to sign up and get your and present your video, go to bit.ly, that's bit.ly/spotlight DTL 2020. For more details about how you can be a part of this great event that's about to happen, go to www.bit.ly/spotlight DTL 2020. bit.ly, that's bit.ly/spotlight DTL 2020. Go to that website, fill out the application there, get more details. And this is going to take place. And so if you want to be a part of it, make sure to do it. All right, listen, that's all I got for you today. I'll be back to give you my inspiration day right after this last song. Stay tuned.
Oh, it's been 27 nights without you here by my side, and I've been counting every hour. 'Cause since you stepped out of my life, oh, she ain't coming back. All my friends are saying that, so you don't even have to try, 'cause she ain't your Mrs. Right. But that love was true love, and they've got no clue, and I don't know what to do. I've tried to ignore it, 'cause that is what they say. But deep down I know it won't work out this way. Tell me, are you feeling like I'm feeling? Only you would know, 'cause I can't seem to let you go. No, I can't seem to let you go. I guess your girls, they do the same, telling I'm the one to blame. And you believed in all the rumors. Yeah, they told you I was playing games. Oh no, she ain't coming back. All my friends are saying that, so you don't even have to try. She ain't your Mrs. Right. But that love was true love, and they've got no clue, and I don't know what to do. I've tried to ignore it, 'cause that is what they say. But deep down I know it won't work out this way. Tell me, are you feeling like I'm feeling? Only you would know, 'cause I can't seem to let you go. I can't seem to let you go. I can't seem to let you go. You ain't here no more. My life is a bore. I just try my best, gotta live it, but I'm nothing like before. We used to be strong, together we couldn't do wrong. Now the magic is gone. I've tried to ignore it, 'cause that is what they say. But deep down I know it won't work out this way. Tell me, are you feeling like I'm feeling? Only you would know, 'cause I can't seem to let you go. I can't seem to let you go. I've tried to ignore it, 'cause that is what they say. But deep down I know it won't work out this way. Tell me, are you feeling like I'm feeling? Only you would know, 'cause I can't seem to let you go. No, I can't seem to let you go.
Welcome back. So listen, guys, that's all I got for you today. But before I go, I want to give you my inspiration of the day. So I got this inspiring quote. I was watching a show called, I don't watch a lot of regular TV. I watch a lot of business stuff. Like anything entrepreneurial, I'm watching it. It's a shame. So, but there's a series on Amazon Prime called Small Business Revolution, and it's produced by it's a you can tell it's branded by the company Deluxe, but it's a great series. So I think I finished up season 4 yesterday, and when they did season 4, there was a young guy on it. His name was Cody, and he had been in the military. And when he came out of the military, and this is a story, I said I was going to talk to my uncle about this because my uncle is a retired vet, and I hear this story all the time, how vets come out and their life is just, a lot of them are pretty messed up. And he was saying how he came out and he was having like these really bad headaches, I guess when he was in Afghanistan or wherever he was, and nobody would hire him because he would have seizures. So he had to start his own business. And so, but he had a love for veterans because he understood, like he had been there, so he understood what they were going through. He had a love for children who was in foster care. And you could just tell he was a loving person, but he was a great woodworker. Like he was a master when it came to making things out of wood, and his wife knew that. And so he had started a business out of his garage. But anyway, during the course of the interview, they were asking him some kind of question. I forgot what it was, but what stuck out in my head was the quote that he said. He said, and here's a quote. Here's my inspiration quote for the day, and it's so true. I believe it so much. He said, "It gets easier to love people the more you do it." Oh my God. I was like, I have to say that on the show. Let me say it again. It gets easier to love people the more you do it. Love is an action. It's not a feeling. It takes effort to love some people sometimes. But if you do it and you keep doing things with love, you do it with love, the more you do it, the easier it gets. I mean, think about this. When people piss you off, as long as you stay pissed off, you're going to stay pissed off. But if you said, you know what, I'm going to handle this with love, I'm going to show them love no matter what. And it gets easier. And you forgot why they pissed you off. If more people in the world would just dedicate themselves to loving people, they wouldn't have so much hatred in their hearts. Right? If they just took a minute and said, you know what? I'm just going to love that person for who they are. And a lot of times people with hatred in their heart don't even know why they hate people. They just hate it because somebody told them they should hate them. And that person hated people because somebody told them they should hate them. If we love people, if people put more love into loving people, it would be easier. It really would. And I think, when Cody said that, I was like, wow, that is a really good quote that I have to share with my Gwinnetians and people around the world listening to the show. Yeah. It gets easier to love people the more you do it. Think on that, y'all. Say la. That means think on that. All right, listen, that's all I got for you today. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you spent the last hour and 5 minutes with me, and I appreciate you, and I love you for that. I'll be back again tomorrow at 10 a.m. to bring you more of the Good Morning Gwinnett show. Be sure to go to goodmorninggwinnett.com and like the show. Also, I forgot to tell y'all this. I put up a button up there. It says Your Story. Click that button and tell me your story. Your story could air on this show. Yes, click the button, tell me your story. If you have an opinion about something, if you have a question about something, if you have a birthday to announce, a wedding to announce, anniversary to announce, a graduation to announce, you want me to give them a shout out, go there, record it. Because I be telling people, send me an email, and I know people not going to email. So just go to Good Morning Gwinnett, click on the button that says Your Story is purple on the right-hand side. Click on the tab first and say Your Story. Click that. When you click that, you're going to see a button on the side that says Your Story. Click that button, and you can speak right into your computer or your phone. Share your story with the world. The world wants to hear you. Your voice matters. All right. So that's all I got for you. If you missed any episode of the show, go to goodmorninggwinnett.com. Listen to the past episodes there. Also, be sure to follow the show on Good Morning Gwinnett. Follow Good Morning Gwinnett on Facebook.com. Also, follow us on Instagram at Good Morning Gwinnett. Follow me on Twitter at GM Gwinnett. And go to Apple Podcasts and give your favorite episode 5 stars. 5 stars because I'm trying to get up in the ranks on Apple Podcasts. But I need your help to do that. And be sure to support the show any way you see fit by going to goodmorninggwinnett.com. Buy your shirt. Of course, it's about to be the fall, so I'm going to be putting up umbrellas. I'm excited about the umbrella. Umbrellas are going to be there that you could purchase. Also, sweatshirts and pullovers and all those, and sweat jackets and things like that. Because the fall is coming and you need to have on your jacket. In the meantime, it's still hot. So go there, buy a t-shirt, buy a rug, buy a pillow, put it in your house, and take a picture and send it to me. Show me that you support the show. Love you for life. I'll be back again tomorrow at 10 a.m. Stay safe out there, y'all. Until next time, make it a great day. Bye now.
You've been listening to Good Morning Gwinnett. Make sure to tune in Monday through Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time to find out what's happening around Gwinnett. If you like this episode, subscribe now and share with your friends. To learn more about Noise Media Network, visit noisemedia.us.